Bailey. Chief says to start the stream. Alright. Is Bibix in the Mercedes or Williams? Oh wait, no, I'm in the Williams. I was in the Williams. Ah. Weird noise. I'll get bullied at school for laughing like that. It's a bit weird. Probably where I got the name Mole from. Yes. Dare Hammer. Part of me hopes that he does bad. I mean, I hope he does very well because he's taking my seat.
Another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Pants. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, once and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they gonna take it? What are they gonna do? Is it gonna go deep? Are they gonna go? Who knows? Let's find out. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling.
No, Timo, cancel the pressure in distraction zone. I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 trademark.
This is right, 3
And Timo are oh, it's not it. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
So what are we gonna put it to so they can stand at the back together again? Just like Timo likes it.
how many
hold on,
times
because-
did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello and welcome to the SLR Tier 1 race here at Russia round 17 of the SLR Tier 2 Championship. Once again we are back and underway for another great race. I missed last week unfortunately to some mic issues, but I'm back in the commentary box once again, ready to go in these lovely drivers. In the commentary box with me for today's race, first time commentating on Tier 2, he'd normally be driving. Hello Joel.
Hello. I am here in a different form today, but hopefully be able to help you out, Bailey. Watch these wonderful drivers do what they do.
Yep. Apparently Chief can't hear me, so I'm just gonna hopefully try and change some things. That way.
Pog Joel, Pog Dragon, sure. Just before we start, there's one guy to watch. OEWPS. I don't know how to pronounce his name really.
Okay.
But he's come in for this race as a reserve. He did Tier 4 last week, and to be honest, he absolutely dominated. So he'll be one to watch, see how he goes against the top guys. No doubt he'll be in the top 5, I would assume. But yeah, we'll see how he goes. He's weaving very violently down the back straight, but yeah, we'll see how he goes. Other ones to watch out, of course, the regulars of Legend and of course Sonny. He can make it up there, but Jason recently hasn't had too many good results, and it's been Makenda who has taken actually the lead in the championship over him in the last round at Singapore. So Jason will be looking to get back on form now. I think you've got the standings up, we can have a look.
Yeah. I did. I think I need to be louder apparently, so I'm just going to put the mic closer to my mouth. And yeah, Makenda's top of the championship, 4 points. I need to be turned up apparently, so I'll try and get this sorted. So you take us through the standings, Joel, while still be on screen.
So Makenda in the lead, of course, with Alpha Atari. Took that last, the win last time out, which, no he didn't. It was Legend. He took a very high position last time out, yeah, and he's 4 points ahead, P1. Jason has P2, Legend P3, not too far behind. It's not out of reach for Legend, but you have to say really that without anything spectacular, I think Legend is out of the fight for the championship realistically now. Timo as well, mathematically still in it, but below those guys, Vicky, Adam, JQ are all in the 60s, and Sonny, JC and Nico Rosbot behind them. So we are going to be coming around for the quali laps. Most people have started their laps, a few in the pit still. Chief has just said in chat it's going to be dry for the race and for qualifying. So it's going to be flat out for the whole evening.
Right, is this better now? Can you guys hear me now? Am I the better, louder?
That's more static. Vicky goes P1 with a 30.5. Apparently. Sounds louder. Are you in a massive snowstorm?
Well, I've got the stream open and it sounds fine on my end, so you just have bad phones.
Good. So, Vicky setting the pace early with a 30.5. We'll be able to get in the 29s easily with these guys. Should be in the first runs of Jason and a Legend, and maybe get into the low 29s. I don't think we'll be seeing 28s today, but 29 is still very fast. And Tipsy Bob also the other reserve for today. He'll be coming in as Ronks goes P2 on 31.4, and Makenda just beats him by 1/10 there. Crystals goes 30.7, so 2/10 up at the front. And well, the two Red Bulls will be looking to make an impact, and Gula a 30.3. I know they've been putting in lots of practice, Sonny's as well, and the two Red Bulls, I said they're going to make an impact. Well, they've just gone P1 and 2 with 6 minutes into the session.
Well, I mean, I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do about the static. I can't really turn it down. Like, I've got a noise suppression on Discord, but I don't know how to implement that over at Streamlabs. So hopefully it's not awful. that makes sense. But yeah, the two Red Bulls 1-2 currently. I saw a lot of drivers that set their laps though. Each with a 33.2 right now, and it looks like it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future. Legends on there out loud.
Yep, and OEWPS looked like he Took a bit of time on that lap, you have to say. But, yep, he's P10, 33.2, last of the running cars. He'll definitely have more in him. I'm expecting a lot from him today, no pressure. Timo, is he starting a lap? No, he's invalidated. And that's the thing here, invalidations are really easy to do. If you don't get your laps in when you want them to count, you're going to have a hard time in qualifying, and especially in the race where penalties are so key. If you finish with no penalties, you're likely to jump at least a few cars. Adam now on a lap as well.
Yeah, I'm on board. Well, I'm watching him go through now, and we're going to run on board of him now as he comes through the double left-hander, deciding not to use all of the track there, and he's going to come round onto the back straight now. DRS enabled. You want to be, if you're looking for a 29, you want to be in the 1-3 here, and if you can hook up a good middle sector. And he's in a 4 dead here, so it's not looking particularly bad. And
he's coming through the final sector, yes.
He's gonna
also curb on the inside. I speak when you're speaking. This is really annoying. They've added this year the orange sausage curbs, so where you could take a lot of curb before, you'll see now on board, you don't want to take too much because those sausage curbs will disturb your car and you will lose time. P2, and it's very close between the top 3, just under 6 hundredths of a second.
Yep, it's unfortunate for Adam. He couldn't quite snatch the pole position away from Gala. It's very close between the top 2 as we look further down the grid. JC on a lap, Legend on a lap, these two close on circuit, the Racing Point and Renault. We've seen the pace that Legend has had, but he can't seem to hook a lap together right now. He has invalidated a couple of times. JC still going strong on his lap, and he's invalidated as well now. Coming onto the penultimate corner for the back straight, and it's not looking particularly great for any of these faster guys that we would expect to be near the top end of the field. Vinny on his lap now, he's coming to the middle sector and into the final. He's going to come to the middle sector split now. It's not as fast as Adams, 3 tenths away from the person in P2 right now, and he's going to come through the final sector. Very tricky this last one is, especially this corner, easy to lock up. Although this is tier 2, we'll be seeing people with ABS as he comes to the penultimate corner. He takes it in 4th gear as normal, and he's going to take as much curb as he can to get the shortest run to the line, and it's a 30.9 from Vinny, who goes P6.
Yeah, and another one I didn't mention, people to watch, is definitely Adam. He's been very quick on this game when I've raced him, certainly. Also Dragon, he came into the season in tier 2 halfway through, and well, he's been very competitive ever since. He's been close to wins, but not quite got one yet, and he'll be certainly looking for his first today. I don't think he's too confident around this track, but when Dragon says he's not confident, he's still pretty quick.
Yep, as Legends now not on a lap. He just finished his invalid one. Dragons just started one. Larson is on one, I believe, as he comes down the back straight.
Yep.
In P19, the Williams flying down the back straight. It's a 4-3 right now, so the same as Vinny, putting himself around the P6 area, P7, as he comes through the final sector once again. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do in the Williams. Larson usually pretty good in qualifying, able to surprise, being around P6, P7, whereas he in the race he sometimes drops down a bit and regains it on penalties. But he does do a 30.9, 3 thousandths away from Vinny, and that puts him P7 provisionally right now. We'll have to see how that'll go for him later in the session.
Mikenda is on a lap as well, and it's very interesting, this track. It's unique in the terms of where the start-finish line is. For the race a bit further on, but in qualifying, it's right after the exit of the final corner. So it doesn't matter about your exit onto the main straight when you're finishing your lap. You can literally floor it, and I've seen people spin on the final corner and actually gained time from doing that because the line is so close.
Yep, as the Hammer puts in his time to match himself. And speaking of spinning at the final corner, I think that's Nico Rosbart around. No, it was Dragon around at the final corner. And like you said, for P4 now, he's improved and put himself into that position in the Ferrari. So great lap by Dragon, even if it did include a bit of a spin as he goes off.
But Gurla, what you might have thought was an early banker lap, well, he's still up there in P1 after 2/3 of the session. So a brilliant first lap from Gurla. You often get this like thing when you get a brilliant first lap and you can't improve, but Gurla is on a lap now, so it'll be good to watch him. He's just invalidated, and he's got lots of traffic ahead of him.
Yep, his teammate Sonny though, he's on another lap. He hasn't invalidated yet. Crystal scores pole, provisional pole,
Slipstream games
30.2 does Crystal. So Crystals makes it Alfa Romeo on top. Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, Alfa, Red Bull. As Sonny's now going to come down the back straight. He's going to be looking to pick up a bit of slipstream here. Doesn't really tuck into the toe of Nico Rosberg, but he's tucking in the toe of his teammate as he is now 3 tenths down.
Yeah,
so
3.
It's not looking great for the Red Bull now. He's making his way round the final sector. He might just pull into the pit lane here and not finish this particular lap as he comes around the final chicane on the circuit, and he does in fact pull into the pit lane and not complete the lap, as McKenna did go P5 with a 30.5 last time around, and I don't think anyone else is particularly on a lap.
JC, he's on a lap.
Yep, he is. He's a 4.2, so that puts him around Ron and Vinny in between there. So P9 he's looking at currently, if I remember correctly. He's coming around the final chicane of the circuit and into the penultimate corner now. He's on that little straight there. Around the penultimate corner, 4th gear, and on the power as early as he dare. 3rd gear, short shifting up to 4th. He goes P9 as predicted with a 30.7.
Another one to watch is Adam. He's also on a lap, coming through the what is the middle sector of this lap. A very important corner. There, trying to get the exit for the back straight, and it's a very interesting back straight because it's not really a straight like the home straight. We saw that massive crash yesterday, but turn 13 here is very interesting, especially for the drivers in real life. Extremely easy to lock up on the game, which you see Adam a little bit of a lock up on the inside. Takes a bit of that curb and has gone wide there. He's going to lose time.
It's not invalidated, however. He will lose time, like you said. He holds it in 3rd, but then goes down to 2nd on the apex, which doesn't seem to look. Yeah, he's pulling into the pit lane and not completing that lap. Legend starts a lap. Tipsy's on a lap, coming down the back straight. And he's see what split he's going to do. It's a 4-5, so that would put him around the top 10 position if he gets a good. Final sector. I can't remember what it was called there. He's looking now to improve from the back row of the grid. Legend also looking to do the same. He's going to pull into the pit lane, and it's just Legend now, which is a 32.5 in the 1st sector, and he invalidates anyway. So Legend really struggling with these invalidations. If we can see what times he has been doing, it's a 30.8. It's the only time he's completed. It's the only invalid time he's actually completed, and maybe he is sandbagging Dragon. It would make sense as to why the sudden drop of pace after putting in like the 29.7.
Timo 3 tenths up in the after the middle sector split. Sorry, the final split. Anyway, he's that won't be enough to even promote him in position. Jason down in 31.0 and 14. Now I've really seen Jason and Legend starting the season really strong, but they've sort of been, I don't want to say slacking, but I don't know if it's a lack of practice or feeling they're comfortable. But McKenna has really been putting in the hours, and you can see it paying off in the latest races.
Yeah, Jason's never really been a good qualifier. We've seen this for all season, and he normally comes back on the race. He's normally there whenever, like especially in the safety cars. We saw how he won Austria early in the season with those lack of penalties. And normally he does do stuff like that. That's why he's in the championship fight in this stage of the season. As we look for people on a lap.
Larson is the only one at the moment. And Nebu has just started as well, so the 2 Williams.
the Williams duel that you were once a part of, Joel. What was your reasoning for leaving the team? Titanic theme plays.
No, I just went down to tier 3 because I felt I didn't have the time to practice so much to keep up with these guys, and one mistake and you're out of the race. This is how ridiculous it is in tier 2. Tier 3, I'm trying to get my confidence back, and maybe hopefully I'll be back in tier 2 next season, but we'll see. But in the meanwhile, Nebur takes my seat, and he's doing better than I did so far.
Larson 2 turns up on his time, so that'll put him 2 positions further. He's looking to get inside the top 5 maybe. It's 4 attempts, it's doable. There's a racing point spun. I was just letting someone through, and Vinny has retired from the session. And as soon as we see Larson cross the line, we'll be hopping on to some of the faster drivers. Gerla, Crystals, Adam and Sonny. They are all...
oh, nice lap from Larson.
Yeah, P5. Oh, Adam... Adam came out way too late. He's corner cutting to get there in time. I'm sure the stewards will have something to say about that. And Crystals has invalidated his last flying lap. Gerla is a 10th up on his time. What's Sonny? Sonny's 2 times down and invalidated, so it's only Gerla that can challenge for this. There's a Williams spun at the exit of turn 1. I think that's off Larson after his display
Yeah, well,
there.
these are out laps at the moment. There's no one on a flying lap in the top 10.
Gerla now, he's coming around the penultimate corner. He's looking to take provisional pole position. Is he going to do it? He's not going to do it. And he will have him. Actually, no, we have the timing glitch. So
We do. Ronks now across the line. Is he going to improve? Yep, up to P5 goes the second AlphaTauri driver, and he'll be looking to make a lot from this race as his fellow compatriot, his teammate Makenda, is now on a lap. He'll be looking to maybe take that P1 spot and extend his championship lead, but all things come for those who wait. So he's being patient through the corners, getting on the throttle at the right moment and taking his time. You really have to take your time around this circuit. If you try and force it round the corners, you are not smooth, and this is the key to this track. Cutting as much of the apex as you can, using all the exit space, and that's how you can be fast around Russia.
Track guides from Joel coming soon. Vicky is on a lap now. He is currently P10. We'll be seeing what he can do as he comes through the final couple corners.
Special mention, shout out to Danny, he's from McDonald's working.
No, you gotta pay for your nice stuff somehow. So Vicky's gonna cross the line. Vicky goes top! Vicky, surprising.
He's been a real,
Goes top.
wild card, you have to say. He's come out of nowhere really in the last few races. In the top 3 consistently. Makenda, through the last corner, going to take as much curb as he needs to. He's going to spin! He doesn't improve and he's out of qualifying. Well, he crossed the line and he lost a wheel. That's quite funny, actually. The engineer's holding a, pit marker ball straight over him like he's not there.
That's pretty cool now. It's Legend now. Will Legend be able to take
Oh no, the
position?
Mercedes driver, OEWPS, has not set a lap.
He has. He's done one on the medium tyres.
Oh.
Legend's crossing the line. It's P6.
Legend, well, that's, tell you what, if that is his only valid lap, he wouldn't have been pushing flat out. So that's pretty good from Legend. And I think that's your grid. It is.
Yep.
So Vicky on pole. Crystals with an excellent P2. Gerla, wonderful lap from him in P3, set right at the start of the session. And Adam in P4. Jason, Legend and Sonny round out the top 7 with Ronix. And the 2 Williams are bottom of the top 10. Outside the top 10 you've got Makenda, bit of a surprise, and Dragon and JC also. You'd expect them to be up there. And you got Nico Rosbot, Vinny, Timo, Heat, WWPS and Tipsy Bob, who did not set a time. Be interesting to see what tyres those guys outside the top 10 choose to start on.
Yep, it will be. These drivers, it's an easy one-stop strategy round this circuit. Soft mediums or medium softs, whichever you prefer. We have no update on the weather. I haven't seen anything. It could be definitely raining. But 30.1 is
It's
your
not.
pull time.
It's not going to rain. I've had intel from Mr. Ocean Chief.
Okay, so no rain for the first time this week in SLR. If you didn't see the
Oh, we
tier
had it
3,
in Tier 4 as well.
if you didn't see the tier 3 start yesterday, you
Then
it's
go and watch
definitely
it.
absolutely carnage. Only 3 or 4
Let's
drivers.
just say 5
got through.
people, well, 20 went into turn 1 and 15 came out. So there you go. Massive crash. There's also a nice video on Wimpy's channel in slow motion as well if you want to analyse it.
As we are getting ready to get underway for the Russian Grand Prix.
Pretorius is ordering 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, number 6 with extra dip, and number 7, 2 number 45s, one with cheese, and a large soda.
Soda?
I know, he's American. He's not American. People who aren't British can't say things that are British. It's a
British.
fizzy drink. It's a fizzy drink, Pretorius. It's not soda.
You cannot have the drink.
Pray, you will not have the soda.
I feel so weird to say. It's like saying jerk in America, like calling someone that.
Jerk chicken.
Anyway, we do have some stragglers on the mediums. We have Makenda, Granite, JSC, Rosbot, Vinny, Tipsy, all on the mediums. Eames has gone for a completely different strategy on the hards, which
This
will
is the
not be
OP
worth it.
Joel strategy, you see. What happens is you start P19, you get a late safety car, right? Well, an early safety car actually. Everyone ahead of you pits. You stay out, you get P1, and then someone takes you out into turn 3 after the safety car restart. So, Dragon on the OP strategy on the softs. Can he make it himself up to P11?
Yes.
That's answered that then.
For the Ferrari master plan, it's his time, says Dragon. One of your Ferraris, the Ferrari P13 and P15, so a bit realistic there. Let's hope they can climb their way up the grid and get a better result than real life.
How many DNFs at the start?
One.
One of who? Well, probably let's not do that. We shouldn't be doing that. Don't gamble.
Have you even ever gambled?
I haven't gambled. Of course I haven't. I'm 16.
Like,
They wouldn't even allow me in because I look like a 10-year-old.
We got Vicky and Crystal's racing away from the field. Gerla is all the way at the back, so I think Gerla has had a bit of an incident.
Oh. Well, he's getting his mistakes over and done with in the formation lap.
Would that really be wise?
It would be, because you don't have to do it in the race and you get a brand new car when the lights go out.
No, I don't think you do.
You can't get damage on the
Oh
formation
yeah, well
lap.
yeah. I thought you meant tire-wise. Anyway, they're lining up on the grid. Now Tipsy will be the last one to line up. He didn't have a fantastic qualifying. He's gonna line up now as we get prepared to start the race here at Russia. We were trying to get a good camera angle, and
the best commentator will take the start.
Yes, I will. It's 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we do not go. And it's away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. Looks like a decent start from Vicky. Crystal's looking to challenge. There's a 3-wide moment at the back between. There's a 4-wide moment as they go down into turn.
Flashbacks.
And it goes down into turn 1 now. It looks like Adam's going to be taking P3. There's a Red Bull looking to the inside. The Red Bull has to take to the escape road. Sonny that was. And it looks like Crystals has taken the lead momentarily as they go side by side into turn 3. And the other Alfa Romeo of Adam's trying to have a look. And he does have a look successfully. But Legends having none of it. He's going to try and have a go up the inside. We've got to say that Makenda spun around in the background in the AlphaTauri. And it looks like that's
Jason. That's Jason getting really loose on the exit there. Hammer all on the back of Gula, who's gone from P2 to P7 in the start, and can he make the move at the back straight? The top three seem to be pulling away a little. It's looking like Crystals and the two Alfa Romeos out in front, with Vicky trying to hang on. Legend will want to be storming through. Sonny under pressure now from Jason, and we'll look to see what happens into
Legend's
turn
going
13.
for a move on Vicky now up the inside. This is for P3. There's another move behind for Jason and Sonny. It's Legend's taking the podium position. Sonny's around! Jason turned in, and the gap wasn't there.
And there's more carnage back there at turn 13 as well.
There's
Kenda down into P20.
JC around as well, and Sonny won't be particularly happy about that as they all go side by side through the chicane, and especially in the midfield. Timo and Heat now going side by side into the penultimate corner. Timo on the inside looks to get that move done, and he has, as we look further up the grid to see if there's going to be any moves as we move on to lap 2. Crystals and Adam lead. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 on the at the end of the first lap. The Hammer having a look at Gerla, but not making anything of it, almost running into the back of the Red Bull.
All sorts of attempts going down to turn 1, none of which were successful. But yeah, as you said, Crystal, 5-10 gap, and surely he can pull away if Legend starts to attack Adam.
Yeah, maybe. Heats had a look at Timo there. It looked like he would have a go, but he decided to think better of it. But that racing point is definitely getting... wants to get past that McLaren, and in this particular
and Dragon with no pressure from behind is focusing entirely ahead on the McLaren, and well, he's looking dangerous in this race. On his fresh softs, those ahead will be worn slightly because of qualifying, but he's looking to get the last medium runner ahead of him into turn 13, or maybe much earlier. He's going to go to the inside, overtake on, no doubt he's in rich mix too. And he will also be looking to the inside of turn 13, just as Jason did on Sonny. But it's not to be on this occasion.
Yep, nothing doing between Heat and Timo either. As they all back up now, and Ron seems to have a look onto Hammer now. It looks like overtake away for Ron in the AlphaTauri, and Hammer is not going to be overtaken on this particular occasion. It's Legend who sets the fastest lap of the race, running in P3, started P6, and it looks like that Ferrari has a lot more downforce than what the McLaren has. The McLaren is steaming away from the Ferrari. So great display of the different setups that everyone is using.
And Legend has passed Adam round the outside of turn 3. We missed that. But he's up into P2, and surely he'll be challenging the other Alfa Romeo. Adam had to yield because round the outside turn 3, you do not want to stick it on the outside of 4. It's a dangerous place to be, especially with the cars washing right under the natural line when you're going so fast through that corner. But Vicky has been gifted the DRS back, but hopefully he'll be able to keep it. Jason struggling a bit, but although saying that, as you said, he's strong in the race. He's gone from P10 to P5 already.
Yep, Legend already within the DRS of Crystals, and it looks like he's going to be using a lot of ERS, which he already has done, but Crystals has used just the equal amount. Adam's got the most out of the top 3 currently, so he'll be able to stick with them, as Legend setting purple sectors all around with the DRS and overtake mode. He's written 4 times of Crystals. I don't think Crystals will get this up particularly easily, and especially down the main straight, but it's quite a long one. So I don't think he'll be able to defend.
Someone to watch on this straight is Gerla. Jason really loose out of the penultimate corner, and he won't have DRS onto the start-finish straight. Gerla will. Can he make this move count? He's going to have to get a move on before Jason catches up to the back ahead.
And it doesn't look like Legend's going to make a move here unless he does the same thing again. I see it.
Right, Gerla's going to try around the outside of Jason. Jason cuts that off, but is he going to get the run into turn 3? It looks like he is. He's using overtake. He's going for the move. And we're going to see a consecutive moves around the outside of turn 3 for the top 7. We are. And Gerla trying to hang on the inside, but Jason gets the better line. More speed carried through the corner. And Gerla will have to wait another lap. But De Hammer being very opportunistic there, pushing Gerla wide, getting the move done. Now he's under pressure from Ronks. So what was an attempted move for P5 from Gerla has turned into a P7 under attack from the car behind.
Yeah, there was 2 battles going on there. I was on the
Oh my word! Gerla has been tagged from the back He's going to lose even more positions now, trying to keep it from Larson. And he manages to do that, but I don't think he'll be able to stay ahead too much longer. With Larson with the DRS, Gurla has it too, but he's got hardly any battery, does Gurla. 8%. He's
Larson's
being
gonna
mugged
go
on the
for it.
straight.
Oh, he had a look on Ron. He taps Ron in the rear, but that allows
Almost
Gurla to
three
get
wide.
through. Gurla's going to get through once again on the Williams. They're going side by side now. Behind Granite and Dragon are looking at this and getting the popcorn out, looking to see if they can capitalise on any of this. And it looks like Granite might be able to. And he has a look, but can't be able to do anything about it. Dragon also sticking in behind. We had a lock-up further down the grid. There was Timo and Vinny battling.
Legend, look at Legend. He's about to take the lead from Crystal. Sorry to butt in there, but it's a big moment in the race. And he's going to take the racing line before he goes through turn 1. So pretty easy move there for Legend. But I'm saying that, he gets wide out of turn 2. And through turn 3, Crystal's is going to have the much better run. He can't do anything.
Adam's there as well. Adam was looking at the outside of the inside of Crystal's.
Surely he can't dive his teammate into turn 4.
I think he can. he'll be willing to get through, see if he can try and get past, try and stay with Legend, and that is Legend into the lead. The Renault driver looking to pull away now. He's already got a 4/10 advantage over the two Alpha and Males as Heat picks up the 3-second time penalty. I believe that's the first penalty of the race, which these tier 2 drivers keeping it very clean, and Dahama also getting a 3-second time penalty on lap 5 of the Grand Prix. The midfield battle looking very close right now as Heat and Vinny going side by side. Now they make a bit of contact.
Crystal's getting close. He's not going to make the move.
He's not going to make the move.
Adam with a massive lock-up. Absolutely massive lock-up from Adam.
Heat's looking to go around the outside of Vinny. Vinny completely locks up. That's going to give Heat the better run all the way around the outside.
Oh no, Crystals. Sorry, I need to wait for you to finish, but Crystals sliding on the exit. Adam! Oh my word, that was close. And he's got the bad exit, and Vicky, who has not got the pace to keep up with these top 3, he's been gifted this on a plate to keep up with them now, and looks like Adam is most certainly going to get Crystals into turn 1. Or is Crystals going to try and defend with attacking? No one making moves into turn 1.
Yeah, there's no moves there. There's might be a move further down. Tipsy and Heat looking for it. Dragon and Granite still pretty close together. The top 3 are close, but it doesn't seem like any moves are surfacing. We had a great scrap between Heat and Vinny on the previous lap. Heat taking it all the way around the outside on the Renault. A fantastic, what would have been a fantastic move. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it stick, and he has fallen behind.
Battle for the lead really hotting up now. It's going to get a lot hotter on this back straight with DRS. Legend won't have it, and Crystals is almost certainly close enough to take advantage of that, if not passing. But his teammate behind is really hampering him. There don't seem to be any team orders between these two. They're fighting fair and square, and Legend's going to keep this time. Very sensible driving from the two of them. As Legend, a big lock up there into turn 13. Not as big as Adams on the last lap.
Vinny and Heat battling side by side once again. These two been doing it for quite some time now, and Heat definitely looks to be faster on those soft compound tyres in this part of the race, but they're just not looking like either of them can do anything to stop that happening. Crystals and Adam and Crystals both have the DRS, so I don't think anything's really going to happen in the top 3 unless they get close enough to Legend. In this particular case, they're not getting as close as they need to make.
Tell you what, all 3 of them are pushing so hard. They're surely wearing out those tyres faster than they need to be. If I were Crystals, I'd just stay in the DRS of Legend, not try to pass him. But I know he's got pressure from behind.
Oh, McKenda's around. McKenda is around. He tried to go for a move on Nico Ross, but it seemed I didn't get on it fast enough. But he is around. Doesn't look like any damage to that AlphaTauri, but it's going from bad to worse. He only did pit. I did mention he had wing damage before, and he has decided to go into a fresh set of medium, see if he can undercut some of these drivers.
And it's Crystals, he just can't get the exit out of the crucial corners onto the straights to be close enough to pass Legend. Vicky now closer to Adam than Crystals is to Legend. So maybe the two Alfa Romeos holding back a bit for now, trying to conserve their tyres and let the race play into their hands. P1 is not really where you want to be in the middle laps and early laps of this race because the DRS is so powerful around Russia.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as powerful as people are thinking, though. I don't think we obviously haven't seen it at work at display over these the previous races. And Legend lags back.
Legend is lagged.
Legend has had some freeze frame issues, and that's allowed Crystals to retake the lead of the race without any fault of his own. But that overtake mode from Legend, he's got so much more battery. He's going to go up the inside
He's
now,
gonna go for it.
and
It's
he's
Legend.
not
He is
close
gonna go
enough.
for it,
He's
and
not
he's
close
locked up.
enough. And he
Adam
doesn't make
narrowly
contact.
gets through.
He does not make
Narrowly.
contact with anyone. And he will rejoin behind the two Hasses, behind Jason now, but that releases the two Alfa Romeos, and now they can really try and push and get away from before Legend can build a gap and get his way back past these other drivers.
I tell you what, this race has been gifted to Jason. Makenda struggling a lot down in P18, not good qualifying, had that incident we saw a minute ago, and Jason's now in P4 with Legend after his mistake behind him. He can really extend the gap in the championship here if he gets his head down, but he has to get to the pack ahead if he wants to make this race count.
Yep, he definitely does. As Legend now, he's closing in on Jason now. I think Jason goes defensive, but Jason closes the door, and they both lock up, both go deep, and it looks like
we have to be seeing pit stops around now. This is sort of the pit stop window.
Yep, around lap 8, 9. Will we see an Alfa Romeo duck into the pit lane?
So many lockups.
Adam fakes it. Looks like he.
Or maybe he does a Joel. Wanted to go in but forgot.
What?
Legend, I'm surprised Legend didn't pit after all his lockups.
Larson pits, Makenda gets past Rosbar. Larson in the pit lane, he's going to strap on a set of medium compound tyres presumably, and it looks pretty tame throughout the field now. It'll just be Legend trying to get past the two Hasses of Jason and Vicky.
So it's civil war out in front. Vicky dropping back again. He doesn't seem to have the pace this race, but he's definitely got the competence and he's been gaining from other people's mistakes, which is what you need to do if you don't have the pace. Keep it clean and hope that other people don't. And wow, Jason, a massive moment on the exit of that corner. Legend closing in a lot more now. Ronks with a crucial penalty.
Yeah, there's not really much happening as you come through the middle sector. Everyone just sort of staring at the back of each other, just waiting for the perfect moment.
Adam on Crystals. Will he
do
go
that.
for the
He
move or is he
might
going
be.
to try? He's going to try! He's going to go right down the inside. He's going to do a massive dive bomb.
It's
And
not good enough. Crystals on the outside.
round the outside. Can he keep it? He's got the best traction on the outside, but Adam, superior grip on the inside, and he's going to take that position. Now surely Crystals has to pit if Adam doesn't.
And Adam's going to pull in the pit. Adam pulls into the pit. So Crystals needs to do a fantastic in-lap to be able to secure this lead
Vicky?
once again. Vicky,
Jason and Legend. And that's clever from Adam, I tell you what, because of Adam going in, he forced his teammate to stay out because of the double stack situation. Crystals has to go another lap. And that will hopefully, for Adam, mean that Crystals will emerge further down the field when he pits.
Yep, it's Dragon and Granite. Finally, this move has been coming on for quite a while now. Granite without the DRS, and it's a textbook move from Dragon. Get there before the braking zone, and you don't need to fight him. And he will be taking the P4 in circuit. I think provisionally that's around P10, P11. And great move by the...
Now this is the time in the race where Dragon really needs to get his head down because he's on those fresh softs. There will be about 10% less wear than the ones ahead of him. And he really needs to make this stage of the race count. He needs to gain the time that he can. And he needs to make sure that when he comes out on fresher tyres and mediums, he's close enough to challenge the top 5.
Yep. Sonny's really lost out in this race. He is 11 seconds behind Ron. He was P5 originally. Larson's got ahead of the AlphaTauri.
Adam, 3-second time penalty, pushing on his outlap.
Adam really, Crystal's really losing the rear now. Jason's closed up a lot, obviously with the top guys fighting all the time. It's caused their tyres to really degrade, and Jason within that second window. So if they were to go around another lap, they would have been
Hammer
DRS.
has got himself up into the fight for the lead. He's surely in that train now when he comes out the pits.
Right, so we're going to see where Crystals comes out, and he's putting on the medium tyres, as obvious as that may seem. And he will, where will he emerge? His teammate's around the final corner, and his teammate will beat him out the pit lane, but how far behind will he be? Will Vicky beat him out the pit lane? As these two now are racing to there, they go side by side momentarily, but I think Vicky will get it. And
He has to concede, and Legend is still down. And ahead of Jason, which is surprising. I thought Jason would be ahead of him now. But Hammer really lost out on the entry to that pit lane. He got into neutral. Took him about a second to get back up to speed, so he really lost time on the entry. But remember, Adam has that 3-second time penalty. That's going to be really important. Timo as well gets a penalty now, and getting through this traffic for the leaders is going to be very important. Adam, in the net lead, got a Haas that's not as quick as Crystals would like between him and his teammate. It's really good position for Adam, but Heat! No, it's not Heat, it's JC on the exit of that corner, trying to get a good exit to overtake McKenda. He's gone into the wall and he's got no wing, and Adam is going to get past Nico Rosbot very comfortably. JC has just ruined his race right there. He's got half a wing missing on the right hand side.
And Legend gets through as well.
And Timo pits.
Oh, Adam sliding it through the drifting through these corners now. As JC pits, it looks like.
And I tell you what, Nico Rosbot has damage as well on the right hand side. No end plate. So this is good for Adam. He's going to hold up the Vicky. Although not too long, because they look to get this move done right now.
Yep, he's on the outside now. We'll run on board of Crystals. We'll get a good view of the move, and it looks like it's done. Crystals wants to go as well on the outside. It'll cost him a warning, but he gets it done. And I think that's only
Nico
one car
Rosbot
between
looking
them.
back with wing damage. What's this? I thought he was going to make a dive then. Legend, he's going to go through the inside. He knows he has to make this move done. Bit like the guys on the top 5 of the race yesterday. He cut that corner, I saw that. He gets a penalty, Legend, so he's equal with Adam now. But a bit like the top 5 in yesterday's race. As Motocrosser gets past one car, the person trailing him, Net, has to get past the other as well. Getting through the traffic is the most crucial part of the race. It's where you can get past your rivals and you can lose time, so you really have to be on the money.
Yep, as Jason's now gonna get ahead of Nico Rosbot with that damage, he will be losing a lot of time. And yeah, so it's not looking particularly great for Nico Rosbot on this part of the race. Gerla looking now to get past. Gerla's not had a great race. The Red Bull's really falling behind everyone.
Yeah, Gula, it's really sad to see. He qualified in P2, he's down here now in P12, behind a car that has damage. On the fresh tyres, yet to pit, so he's probably still in the points when everyone does pit, but it's not been the best start to the race for him. And we're almost halfway through now as he makes a move to the inside of turn 1 pretty easy.
As Tipsy's going to go up the inside of Vinny, a bit of contact there. And this is for P2 on track.
They're draining
not
each other's
effectively.
batteries, both below 10% on that straight. It goes wide there. You've got to be really careful if you go wide when rejoining. Don't bin it in the wall there with your left tyre. Oh my word, Tipsy, I don't know if that was lag, but bit of a hairy moment out of that corner. Now his teammate behind him, still on those hards. He can go basically the whole race on those hards, but of course that would be illegal, so he has to pit for the softs towards the end. But he can take the gamble and stay out as long as he wants, if he thinks that's going to be a safety car. Because, I mean, without this safety car, without a safety car, the Mercedes is
Lawson and
not
Ron,
nowhere
Lawson
in
and
this
Ron,
race.
They're going side by side, where they're battling between P12 between themselves. And we're going side by side, and Dragon and Nico Rosbot battling. Rosbot's teammate Dragon does get him through, and Ron and Lawson still battling. Will be battling, I assume, down the straight. No, maybe Dragon and Ron, as Dragon is much closer to the AlphaTauri. The DRS open in that.
It's a straight line speed again. He must be running higher wings, Dragon. He must be.
Oh,
Ron's
Ron's going to
on
go up the
Larson.
inside.
No,
and he
no,
locks
no,
up.
don't do that, sir.
He locks up, and that's going to allow
blocks
Dragon to
Dragon,
get
but he's
through.
going to get through. He's got damage now as well, Ronks, on the left end plate. He's having to lift through turn 3.
Yep, as Dragon gets through past.
JC's pit for soft at the back, and he's setting the fastest lap.
Yep, as Jason is now on the back of the group. Legend, Crystals, Vicky, and Adam. This is the top 5 group all battling for the lead. They're now stuck behind Makenda, and it looks to be like that for the foreseeable future until Makenda does pull into the pit lane, which will be in the next couple of laps, I assume, around lap 18 and 19. Adam has a look there. Can't do anything from it. Vicky looking up on this, seeing if Adam can get this done, and if he can, how fast can he do it? As Makenda loses the rear, and that's going to allow Adam to get through. Not quite. He has a look coming into the penultimate corner, and can't do anything as they come through the final one, and it does look like the greatest exit from Makenda. No, Adam really. Makenda with more overtake than what Adam does, and it looks like it's up the inside, and Vicky looks to have follow.
I tell you what.
And it's up the inside for Adam, and the move's done. Vicky's now going for it as well, and Vicky has a look on Adam. Crystals is going through as well. Makenda's fighting back with these all, and Crystals has a look on Vicky. Makenda's on Adam right now. Crystals gets all the way around the outside of Vicky, and Vicky loses the rear, and Vicky has to slam on the brakes, and that's lost him quite a few positions. Legend gets ahead of Crystals now out of absolutely nowhere, and now it's looking to get past Makenda as soon as he can to regain the lead that he previously lost over an opportunistic move.
Bailey, you have a daughter.
No.
You said sorry about the music. It's my daughters. They have moved.
That's what's been done in the chat, bro.
What?
Concentrate on the racing, Joe.
Did you mean sister?
No, it's not me typing. And Legend's now going to go for the move on Makenda.
Sorry.
It looks like it's going to be done. It's just a bit of contact between the front wing and the rear wheel.
Legend down the inside of Makenda.
And it looks like he's got the move done. And Crystal's losing the rear again. The move done as well. Makenda's going to pull into the pits like I said he would in the next couple of laps. Legend is now within DRS range of the lead. The lead that he once had earlier in the race is within a second's reach.
Makenda having a woeful race, you have to say. I mean, for his in leading the championship, you wouldn't expect him to be all the way down in the bottom 5. Jason and Crystals. Jason goes deep. Crystals takes the position back. A bit of contact on the exit. Neither has damage. Jason
all the way around the outside.
3. What's this madness?
It's called getting the better exit. Jason up the inside. It looks like he's got the move done, but Crystals did go for a bit of a wider line, so that could be the move for Crystals, but it's not. Tucks in behind.
Looks done from Jason. He's not going to have another attack until the DRS zone, which will be coming up very shortly. Now, this is going to be interesting for Dragon, because I had this problem in the last race. A high downforce setup around here, you can't make moves on the straight. You with DRS, you're really slow on the straights basically, and you have to make the moves count in the corners, which is why you have to be super brave on the brakes.
Williams go for it on Larson. on the outside. Farewell turns into the inside, and Hammer looks to have that move done pretty easily there. Larson broke a bit too early, and Tipsy Vinny pits, as does Granite. So Oops has taken the provisional lead of the race.
Right, so this is going to be interesting from him. If he pits, he's not gonna come out in a good position. He has to stay out. He can't do anything else apart from wait for a safety car. But inevitably, if it gets too late, he's gonna have to pit.
Yeah. His tyres will not be looking in great shape after 16 laps on the hards. To be honest, they could be pretty good. Oops could be an absolute god on tyre wear, and still have a lot of grip on those tyres. Legend within 6 temps can't be doing anything for Adam. Getting close to Adam at all. Crystals and Jason are a further second back, but they are trying to close in. Gerler 1.3 behind, Vicky 6 tenths behind Gerler. So Gerler has gained that position, so he's top 5 once again. He's still looking at some of these higher positions, higher podium positions, as you would say. Legend is not close enough to Adam, nowhere near close enough to Adam on this particular occasion. He's gaining rapidly though, making sure the DRS is showing quite well. It could just be lower aero from Legend as well.
Whoa, what a helmet Legend has.
Oh,
Legend has a brilliant
Ron.
helmet. McKen Ronks.
Is around.
He was in a good position. He was top 10, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, but you had to pit for the softs because of that damage, right? Oh no, his tyres are still really hot, so he's spinning everywhere.
He's gotta slow down a bit. Here we go. Legend is closing on Adam. He's closing rapidly. He's gonna have to watch out for the overspeed, which he does nicely, and he's still stuck behind Adam.
Gurla passed Vicky.
Gurla passed Vicky a couple of laps ago.
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Diverting the subject, because yeah.
Okay, so there's now 3 temps between Legend and Adam. Jason is now within DRS of these two, so they might need to get a move on. Jason started, well, he didn't start high up in the grid and all that. Actually, no, he started P5. Sorry, my mistake. He is P4, and that's Ron retiring into the pit lane. So no safety car on this particular occasion.
The two McLarens, civil war. And as Jensen says in chat, he's going to get eaten alive by these 3 soft runners behind. He's gone wide, and he's given a position to his teammate.
Yep, it's Gerler and Vicky.
Vinny as well.
Gerler.
Tipsy is too far back, of course.
Really, you just hear my keyboard on stream. And it looks like Legend is still far behind these guys. Well, Legend's still not close enough to Adam to really make a move, I should say. Adam is just not really giving him the space to.
Have you seen that roller coaster on the main straight on the left?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
So easily distracted, man.
Sorry. Vinny is making a move on Grant.
It's past Granite. I think Granite was too busy looking at the roller coaster to see. As Jason and Legend, Jason and Legend were battling side by side, and Jason takes that position, but Legend's not going to give it up easily. He does the switchback now. Bit of wheel contact as I come into the fast right-hander, and it looks like the move's done momentarily. Jason gets squeezed off the circuit, but Legend still on the outside. This is a great scrap for P2.
It's a bit personal between these two.
And it looks like Crystals might get involved as well, as these two are battling very hard. Legend almost losing the rear. Was it Jason? I do not quite remember, but it looks like Legend has secured P2. Well, effective P2 for now.
Oops has got his 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his cause. He doesn't have much of one unless there's a safety car. But Adam
He pits.
surely has this race in the bag.
Oops,
finally
pits.
Oops.
Oops. Say so.
Crystals
Crystals
is
in the wall.
around!
Crystals into the barrier at the exit of
And
the
you have to wait
chicane.
for the whole train to go past so we can rejoin safely.
I did that in T1 Singapore qualifying,
disqualified.
and I got disqualified. He needs to get a move on soon, otherwise he will be disqualified. It will not give you a notice of when
Slam
you are
it in
disqualified.
reverse. Do what Ricardo does.
And there we
I'm
go. Yep, there we go.
disqualified.
He has been disqualified.
Oh man.
So Jensen said disqualified and penalties.
Safety
How
car.
about parked in?
Safety car.
I don't
Safety
think
car.
I don't think there's safety cars for DQs. McKenda retires. Is that in the pit lane?
Yes.
Yes,
is.
it is. Okay. So Jensen said disqualification. He said for penalties, but it's for a different cause, unfortunately. So Jensen does not win SLR bingo this time round. Adam has now got a second on the Renault of Legend, but does Legend have penalty? What is the penalty situation?
Let me check. Adam has 1 penalty. Legend has 1 penalty. Jason has 2 warnings.
So Jason
Vicky
currently in the
has
lead,
2 warnings as well.
and Vicky in P2.
But he is in the gap for 3 seconds. Oh, it is. Sorry.
Yeah. As
I wasn't even looking.
it looks like Jason is in a good position if he can keep it clean. As Larson's got some wing damage there. Granite, the bit of contact there. Maybe some in the wall shenanigans. Timo has a look at the inside and not hanging about as the other McLaren. These guys are battling for the lower points positions, about P10 and P9.
Kitsune, tell Tipsy to get a move on. There's only 8 laps left. 6 laps left.
Yeah, Tipsy's there. He's looking at this train. He doesn't have much ERS though, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a move situated for him. But one for Timo on Larson. Up the inside goes Timo, and it looks to have the move done. Tipsy has a look as well, and it looks like
gonna
he's going
keep
to try to
looking.
go around the outside. He goes all the
Larson
way.
has wing damage.
Yep. As the broken Williams not managing to have as much downforce as the Mercedes, and Tipsy gets himself into P11 and he can taste the points. And Timo makes a mistake, he locks up there, and is Tipsy going to have a go? Tipsy on the soft
Tipsy's
compound
engaged
tyres.
beast mode.
And
He's looking
having
everywhere.
a look. Weaving about, nothing bad doing there. Oops is now behind this train. He is in P12, and it looks like Tipsy will get this move done.
There we go. Timo's not fighting too hard because
And
he knows.
Oops has a massive overspeed on these guys, and he has a lot more battery as he comes around
No,
the
don't
outside
do
of
it. Yeah,
Timo,
good. I
and he
thought he was
doesn't
gonna
go to the
dive.
inside of Tipsy. That would have been a very audacious move, and probably wouldn't have ended in a happy. Well, it probably wouldn't have ended happily. It would have probably ended in a steward's inquiry.
Well,
But he's going to go for it. He's going to
round
go for
the
it
outside.
anyway. On the outside, the number 69 Mercedes car, and the number 21 of Tipsy's. These two battling into the final corner. It's going to be Oopsy's going to have the DRS now. He's at 33.4 as they come down the main straight now. Overtake not being used by Oops. I don't think he needs to, as it's going to be up the inside for the Mercedes on Tipsy, and he gets the move done to Oops, and that is him up into P10 on lap 22 or 27 on in this Russian Grand Prix.
So Jason's still in the lead. All he needs to do is just stay in that train, 3-car train, and if he doesn't get a penalty, he'll win the race on penalties. But surely he'll want to win it on track if he can.
And it looks like everything's calming down a bit. Rosberg has the fastest lap of the race. A 32.8. He is with heat right now. JC pulls in the pit lane. I assume to claim the glory of the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, if you can't do anything else, you can't get points, pit, and get fastest lap. Happens to me every race.
Jason not being able to overtake. The Legend just having the DRS of Adam, and Legend not being close enough to Adam, as Jason loses the rear a bit, so that might put him out of DRS here. He just needs to stay a bit closer. Hopefully he doesn't push too hard and picks himself a penalty. And
Yeah,
doesn't look like he
these
does.
trains are sort of closing up between the top 8.
Yeah.
And Grant, Goran on the softs. Vinny also on the softs. He's only 7/10 away from Gurla on the mediums. He'll surely get him. And hopefully...
Grant's going to go for it
we'll
on
be able
Hammer. It looks like the move's done momentarily, and it is done as he comes down the braking zone of turn 1. Oops is now on the back of this little train as the Hammer is now under pressure from the Mercedes. The Mercedes going all the way around the outside and overtake, and you just see the grip of those soft compound tyres. He gets the move done. We've seen a lot of moves of around the outside at turn 3, and that's another one there for you from the Mercedes.
Brilliant showing of bravery around the outside there. Obviously he's on the fresher tyres, more grippier tyres as well. He still has to make it count. So what are we looking at now? We're looking at a 1, 2, 3 for Adam, Legend and Iason. The order will be shaken up at the end of the race with a penalty situation. Looks like Vinny is having a look on Gurla as well. I don't think he'll be able to make it this time round. He won't. But Grant, round the outside of Whoops, he's on the charge, and he's he's taking his fellow soft runners to the cleaners. But Whoops keeps it hanged round the outside, and he'll have to have another go when DRS becomes activated. Looks like Grant is on the charge, and he has the better pace of the two soft runners ahead.
That was Oops getting ahead of Granite, I believe. I don't think it was a defensive move. I think Oops was getting ahead of the McLaren.
Oops. So,
Oh, he did
Vinny
it.
on
He had a red
Gurla.
spike. Oh, Legend's
Legend.
taking the lead out of nowhere. I didn't really see that gap really close up over the last couple of laps, so I wonder if Adam's made some sort of mistake that's allowed the Renault to get past, and now that Renault
Vinny
really
has
needs
just
to
got
push.
past Gurla as well.
Yeah, he has. And we were looking at how fast these soft runners are. We forgot to check up on the top 3.
Now, can Legend run away? He's got 3 laps. He needs to make a gap of around 2.5 seconds to win.
Yep, it's going to be difficult as Granite picks up a 3-second time penalty. As Kitsune saying, if Tipsy doesn't get P10, there's going to be no cup of teas for the rest of the month. Well, for a month. But good news for Tipsy, he's on the soft compound tyres and he's closing in to the Williams of the Hammer.
Yeah, Whoops is going to get that move done on Gurla around the outside. The softs, perfectly balanced tyre compared to the mediums, who are so old at the moment. No match for Gurla on his tyres. And he's surely going to be looking after Vinny as well.
Yeah, it's pretty close between these guys. Adams locks up there, and that's not really going to help him get a good exit for this final corner and try and have another attack on Legend. He has more battery, does Adam, than the Renault, but Adam's not using it. He could try and get ahead here. He would have had so much more overspeed, but he decides not to. Dragon's having a go, looks to have a go on Vicky. Oops is now having a go on Vinny. That's up in a P6, and there's a battle behind as
Tipsy
well.
on Hammer.
Tipsy gets the move done, and he is up into P10. Can he hold it though? As it's now Oops into P6 and put breathing down the. It's going to be trying to breathe down the neck of Dragon by the end of the race, which will be pretty difficult looking at the gap.
And this is a stage of the race where not many people have ERS. Those who do will certainly benefit from it. We're having a bit of a
Oh, who's around?
here.
Vinny's around. Vinny's around in the wall. Once again, Vinny has done his signature spin. Spinny of his
Spinny.
name. And he has done it once again with massive wing damage. I don't think he has a front wing. He does not.
He does not.
It's not looking good for Vinny,
Yeah,
and
suicide.
he just does that on purpose. Dragon gets ahead of Vicky.
Tell you what, it's a safety car now. There shouldn't
it will
be
not
because
be.
of the timer in the race,
there's
but
no
it would have
safety
been
car.
interesting.
It would have been. As Legend lags back a bit, we've seen that again in the a few times in the race. And
So that promotes Tipsy up to P9.
yep.
So we're looking to get Gurla before the end.
Adam is a lot closer to Legend this time round, and he has a lot more battery. Can he make this move? He takes it out of
I think he's
Overtake.
worrying about the penalties. If he fights with Legend, he's going to have to concede time to the cars behind that don't have penalties. I think that's his main worry.
Yep. I don't get it though. If you
But he
already
never
has one-
knows. If Jason gets a penalty and he didn't decide to overtake Legend, then he's lost the race.
Yeah, but he could gain an extra position here. So I don't
Yeah,
quite understand the logic from Adam on this particular occasion. I do think it's a bit strange what he is doing. Sonny set a 31.8, so showing what could have been on those first offs if it hadn't have been the first lap. Oops, could actually be a contender for the podium, which is pretty mad to say if he can.
I think he has
actually
a couple
get
of
ahead.
penalties.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He definitely does. I just saw him cut. So he might not finish where he is right now. As clouds loom over the Sochi Autodrome, and it looks like Adam is still once again right on the back of Legend.
Oh my word! Whoops! Has spun, trying to get the traction to overtake Dragon, and that has certainly undone most of his hard work. Tipsy up into P8 now, still on the back of Gurla. But Whoops has really dropped out. He's down to P10 now. He doesn't have any damage, but his tyres will certainly be overheated.
Here we go. Adam's been saving that ERS for all those laps, and he's depleting it all now. He doesn't need it anymore. He's on the last lap. He's gaining. He's not going to get close enough. He's not at all. He's going to have to
got
wait
one
till the
more
back
chance.
straight.
He has one more chance in this race to get past Legend and get another position. Tipsy got past Gurla in the final corner. That's pretty much where he's going to finish, I would say. Whoops, and Whoops gets past Gurla as well.
Yeah,
He's
I think
on a comeback.
Gurla had a lag spike there. That was no fault of the Red Bull's own. There was a bit of a lag spike from the Red Bull. Tipsy now in position 7, but we are looking at the front runners now, as these guys are pretty close. Legend will not have that much ERS. Yes, I'm just looking at this. If he doesn't get a penalty, he's won this, and it looks like now we might have a side-by-side battle for the win. As well, not for the win, it'll be for P2, and it looks like Adam's going to go around the outside now. Legend takes to the inside to defend. Legend goes in deep, and Legend almost hits the barrier. That leaves Adam on the outside. He's going to get the much better exit, much more ERS. And now let's go on board of Jason. We'll get a good perspective of this. Adam on the inside. Legend does the switchback now, but Legend nowhere near having the barrier. But now it's up the inside for Legend once again, and they both go side by side. It's going to be side by side in the final corner. Adam does the switchback, and it's going to be Legend who takes first on track, but Jason, it's a Haas 1-2.
P2. Vicky P2.
The Haasses
no penalties.
take out the top steps of the podium.
What a
Jason
fight there
and
at the
Vicky
end.
do it
That
once
was for the
again.
podium, wasn't it? 1/10 Adam missed out.
And that is
Dragon up to P5. That's a good comeback from him. Tipsy finishes with a very good P7. Gurla sadly down in P8 after starting P2. What looked to be a promising race on him. He still comes away with some points, but Der Hammer, his first race back in Tier 2, gets 2 points to welcome him into the grid again. Whoops, down in P10 after his spin. And Timo, Larson, Sonny, JC, Nico Rosbot, and Heat all miss out on the points in the bottom 10. JC is spam and is refusing to cross the line. Donut time!
Yeah, he flips the car back round and he is going to cross the line. Jason wins the Russian Grand Prix. It's a Haas 1-2. I think that's the first 1-2 we've seen this season. Drive the day to Tipsy, says the game. Me, it's Jason. A great result there, not picking up any penalties and claiming the top step of the podium at the end of the day. Once again, a fantastic display of what the Haas can do, and that is the driver's standing lead now by 21 points over Makenda.
Yeah. This is a crucial race, could be defining in the championship.
So yep, unlucky for Makenda, who finished P18 at the end of that race. Tipsy, an honourable mention from P20 on the grid all the way up to P7. a fantastic drive by him as well to climb his way up that into claiming 6 points in the Tier 2 split. We'll switch over to the interviews.
And I'll drag Nabur in first. He seems to be keen for an interview, so we'll bring him in. Mr. Deerhammer, how are you after that race? P9, first straight back in Tier 2, welcomes you with some points. How are you feeling? Were you expecting anything?
Yeah, it's one of my stronger tracks, so I had some hopes, but unfortunately I qualified P10 on softs, which is like the least ideal position, I'd say, because I knew they would go reverse strategy outside P10, and I know from another league that it's a really strong strategy around here. So in the end, I was just falling back places because Granat and Tipsy and Vinny and Oops all had the softs. So I wasn't really, I was thinking I'd drop outside the point, but then luckily Vinny did a Vinny. And Oops also spun, so that helped me. But yeah, in general, not like if I see I finished 13 seconds behind the leaders with 1 penalty, then I just feel a bit meh. Could have been better. I mean, not podium or anything, but P6 or P7.
Yeah, it's a strong race. You involved some quite close battles. Sometimes you came out on top, and sometimes you couldn't really put a fight up, as you said, with the soft runners. Japan next. Anything else to say?
Well, I mean, in the beginning, I could make up some positions because I think Iason was really slow in the final sector for some reason, and then the guys behind him couldn't pass him, and then they made a mistake and I could pass them, so that's why I had a really good first stint, thanks to Iason being slow. But once Iason got into his rhythm, he was gone, and then it was just like on the mediums, I was just dropping back basically. But it's a P9. I should be happy. Like last year, I would have been happy with that. So I should be happy. It's a really competitive field. Like I was just saying, it was a super sweaty race, and I get P9. That's I have to get used to that again.
It's it is very hard in Tier 2 to keep up the pace, and one mistake puts you out of the points most of the time. So saying Japan next, you're saying you're going to hate it. It's sort of a love or hate track, I think.
Yeah, I like the track as the design, but I struggle a lot with it, so I'm not looking forward to it. So it's going to be
difficult. It's a very technical track.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you for joining us, Nabur.
No problem.
I think you'll be racing again next week as well, hopefully in the Williams, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Who do you want to drag in?
Who should we drag? What a choice. We've got Jason. Sure, let's bring in the race winner. I never actually spoken to Jason before. Oh, I'm such a noob. I need to... right. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. Wait a minute.
What are you doing, Joel?
There we go. My screen wasn't big enough to drag him up. Hello, Jason.
What's up?
Nice winning that race with no penalties. Did you know about the penalty situation ahead? Did you know you were going to win when you crossed the line?
Oh yeah, I knew for like 10 laps or so. So I was just staying on the track, not even using the curbs in the last few laps, and just leaning back, watching them battle it out. Yeah,
brilliant battle in the final sector of the last lap.
Yeah, I was even braking at one point on the straight part just to not get too close to them, because they were kind of pushing each other off the track and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to know you don't really need to get involved in that.
Yeah.
So to keep your nose clean. Good race. You didn't seem to have the pace in qualifying at the beginning of the race, maybe a lack of practice, but you got into your groove towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
And you started to make up some time and some crucial positions.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Yeah, on the last few laps, like with 3 laps or so to go on the soft stint, I just kind of got more confident with the car, and once I was on the mediums, I just had the pace, just maybe lack of running, like you said, and I just got into the groove of it.
Yeah, it's often the case when you don't have too much practice, you get into the groove at the end of the race and your pace really comes alive. I mean, with Legend and Adam and Crystals was up there before he made the mistake. At the start of the race, Vicky was ahead of you, and were you worried about the gap extending, or did you think you could make it up when you got further into the race?
I was worried about Vicky holding me up in the pits in case of a safety car or something,
Yes.
but I just let the race happen, and yeah.
But a Haas 1-2, good points for you. I don't know where you are in the constructors actually. Must be fairly high up with
They are
your
top.
success this season. You're
I
top,
think P2 right now.
so you're
after
top
this
now.
race, after this race, I should be top, I think.
So also in the championship, you extended your lead to 23 points. Makenda not having a good race at all, not coming away with anything from this race. So that can really give you the confidence into the rounds coming up towards the end of the season. What's going to be your approach now with that gap, or is it going to stay the same? Try to get the wins in every race.
Yeah, it's just the usual. Just let every race happen. Don't try overdrive my car. Just be on my pace. Yeah. Just each race for its own.
Yeah, and that will be sure to make the calculations if you're about to win the championship in any of the closing races. Should be a few more probably looking around Mexico, but you know, stranger things have happened. Not done yet, and you have to keep pushing, as Bailey definitely knows. No, sorry, no, I'm sorry. Bailey knows. That wasn't supposed to be a dig. That was supposed to be okay. So, thank you for talking to us, Jason.
No problem.
I'll drag you back in, and I think
right.
we'll bring someone else in now. Thank you.
Yeah. See ya next race.
Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be rude.
No.
Ocean Chief didn't even race. There's no point
Ocean
bringing
didn't
him in.
win.
Crystals, how about Gurla and Adam? Should we bring them in together?
If you want to, yeah, let's do it.
No, I accidentally clicked on it.
You have to drag yourself out instead.
So let's bring-
So Joel, how was your race?
it was very good actually, you know. I mean, I got the win and couldn't be happier. Gurla, hello, sir. You must have been ecstatic after your first lap in qualifying.
Yeah, I was thinking that it wasn't so good, and then 30.3 I think, which is really nice. But anyways, I thought that everyone would improve. I was thinking that with that 30.3 I would be like P6, 7, but then no one seemed to get a good lap in quali. So I was expecting some drivers to get into the 29s, but no one did. So I didn't improve either in my next lap. So yeah, I was P3 I think after quali.
Yeah.
So,
in the race, you're falling back, and I think the first lap was probably not the best it could have been. P2, I think you're down in P8 at the end of the first lap. You finished in P8, I believe.
yeah, P8.
And well, I think you just went back and back. It was difficult. It's definitely difficult to keep up with those guys. You can nail one lap, but being consistent lap after lap is so difficult with the caliber of drivers as well. But definitely up there. The two Red Bulls P1 and 2 in the first part of qualifying. But yeah, I think the race pace is really where you didn't keep up, or were you thinking, or were more mistakes, or what was it? Was it strategy?
So my start wasn't great. I lost like 4 positions on the start, but then I was keeping up with the guys. I was behind Jason, and I actually, when I was behind him, I could keep up with him. Maybe I was even a little bit faster than him. So yeah, at this point I was fine. Then I kept gaining positions, but then I don't know what happened. My PC started lagging a lot, and I just started having screen freezes and dropping down like constantly, like every 10 seconds. And so yeah, I kept dropping back until the soft runners caught me up.
Yeah, it's difficult when you start losing positions, trying to get your head back up and keep going forward in the race. How do you feel about Japan? I know some people love the track, some people really don't like it.
I think I like it. I won in Tier 3 last season, so it's a track where I have good memories. But yeah, I'm just a little bit sad with this race because I know I could have gotten P2 or even I could have won if I overtook Jason. It's just I don't know. I'll have to sort my PC out for the next race.
Yeah, well, you've definitely showed a lot of potential. It's looking promising for the rest of the season. So I wish you all the best, and thank you for joining us. I know Sonny as well had a bit of a poor race, a good qualifying, but a poor race as well. So hopefully it'll be better for you guys.
Yeah, Sonny had a lot of pace in the practice sessions we did, but he didn't manage like almost everyone. Didn't do a good lap in quali. But he was actually ahead of me. I don't know where he was, but I saw him crash out. He said he took himself out, but I didn't see really well what happened. I just saw him off the track.
Yeah, well, I don't think we caught that either. Hopefully you're back next week, both you and Sonny, and
Yep.
you're a good addition to Tier 2. Very good racers. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you race again next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye. So, who are we going to bring in next? Do we have time for another one? I don't think anyone else is in. Oh, we've got Crystals and Adam.
That's the screen sharing. So I think that'll be it for our interviews.
Sure.
Yay.
Yeah. Hey up, lad. So, there we go. That's the interviews for today, and that's Tier 2. We will be back tomorrow with Tier 1.
I will be racing. Yay.
What more reason do you need to come to watch it?
Yeah, I'll be racing. That's all the reason you need.
So make sure to tune in. 5:15. Started 20 past, and not 5. Sorry, that's British time. 6:15 in the evening, CET. And yeah, make sure you tune in for that. And then on Sunday we've got 2 SRL, Tier 2 and 1. Double header, so make sure you tune in for them. And then we'll start the new week again on Monday with ACC. But that's next week. Join us tomorrow for Tier 1, the best of the best racing around the worst of the worst track. And we'll see you again shortly. Hope you have rest of good weekend. And yeah, I think me and Bailey will be back next week, hopefully for Tier 2 again.
Yeah.
And we'll see you another time.
Bye.
Anything to say? Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you next week.